in the top right-hand side. The red Zerg player to start this one off is going to be DRG. And in the top left, our blue Terran. Give it up for ByuN from the Shopify Rebellion, looking to recover from his first loss of the tournament. See if he can pick one up here in this versus DRG match. You're in Texas, so roast is all you got. Gonna be in Texas myself in a couple of weeks. I think it's 2 weeks today I fly. Dallas really snuck up on us, huh? How did that happen? How did that happen? That's why these tournaments just keep coming out of nowhere. I understand we had the whole online regional part of it, right? But like, I feel like we really just finished that. We're just settling down. It's like, by the way, Dallas is like now. You're like, wait, what? It's now already? How? Makes no sense. Overlord is making its way through the top side of the map, heading to the upper left-hand corner. And it's otherwise going to be a fairly peaceful first couple of minutes of the game here. Nothing too substantial or crazy just yet. My work, am I going as a fan? I will be casting. I'm very excited because obviously I missed out last DreamHack, which was in Atlanta. So hoping the Texas crowd is just as loud and passionate as the Atlanta crowd has been in the last couple of years. The Atlanta crowd is becoming a thing of legend in StarCraft 2. Was DRG placed in anything this year? Great question. I feel like not really. He was in a GSL, no? Was he in GSL last year? Honestly, kind of a difficult player to remember. I wouldn't say he's really had like a standout year. I think he's in GSL next week, so he's in GSL, but in terms of actually like seeing a result or anything, I do not think he's really been like a big competitor. I mean, I don't even think he took part. What did he really take part in so far this year, right? Like, it's weird because there's so many tournaments, but it's like, you ask what people have played in, it's like, well, DRG played in GSL, question mark? It's like, if you don't play, other than GSL, what else is there to really play or place in? I guess online tournaments, but even there, you're more limited. He's in GSL tomorrow? Yes, that's it. Not next week. I knew this because I was just telling someone about why we can't play certain games tomorrow for the Korean Royale with these guys in GSL. I knew it was getting ahead of myself. Yeah. A bunch of the guys you'll see playing today, playing GSL tomorrow. In fact, these two will be in the same GSL group tomorrow. And it makes this a little bit of an awkward match, right? Thing is, ByuN plays so many different styles of openings and stuff that I'm not sure he's really too afraid of doing things a little bit differently, and I'm sure he has something very specific planned for GSL that he'll just not really draw us close to in this one. So, yeah. Gone are the days where the majority of players seem to care about playing and stuff the day before GSL. Maybe the day before, but like, you know, in the past everyone would be like, whoa, 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 I have GSL this week, I can't play any matches anywhere. Now it's like the night before GSL and everyone's playing and no one's really bothered, you know? Like the day before, maybe you're prepping and you want to focus on your prep, but it's a different landscape out there right now. There's the Viking, looking to catch this Overlord and is going to be able to nab that early on, so Overlord will go down. As the stim pack comes up, the reactor is still building. Get ourselves all fully underway for the moment. The Vikings still moving across also. A few Hellions gathering in the center of the map, and a couple of Evolution Chambers will also be on the way in, as our Viking will go after the Overlord. Hellions and the Reaper will poke at the front. Queens will be taking some damage. We just go to try and put in a few shots here and there. Again, Evo Chambers coming about, the racks and the engineering bays all coming up. Stim packs over halfway done already. Very biocentric out of ByuN, just 4 Hellion. Actually, he did go 6 Hellions, but 6 Hellions straight into the barracks. All the extra barracks finishing up now, so he's going to be well set to start being aggressive as Marines truly take to the stage. It's obviously a step in the right direction. Playing still nibbling at the set of rocks there, so again, just opening that up a little bit too. Opening the rocks is honestly not a bad thing for the Zerg, because just having more space to set up your fights and run into fights with as the Zerg is typically going to be something very, very good for you as those Lings continue to play the nibbling game. Marines and Hellions pulling back over the left-hand side, Reaper as well. We still also have ourselves 1-1 upgrades coming about, the Baneling Nest is coming through, Flare is coming up as well, as our Queens will just be there to keep pushing the Viking away. And for the moment, the Viking is going to be shoved on out of the fight. One more creep teamer gets picked off. Rocks are going to be falling. And those couple of reactors coming through, the 1-1 upgrades, combat shield. When you see that upgrades finishing, that's when ByuN is going to amp up the pressure a little bit. Now we are going to see the lab out to finish up as well. Will give you the option to obviously start at Balin speed, for example. This is immediately what we see. That's pretty much the main thing. It's also going to be access to that 2-2, so it obviously is fairly darn important. As Hellions keep coming about. Just for the moment here. And melee upgrades, that Balin speed, all coming about right now. Just getting ourselves set up as a couple medevacs keep on whacking on away. And still unloading, a few Lings are going to run across, a few Banes are going to waddle on forward as well. Marines will just load up here into those medevacs, going to slip away for the moment. Just going to be able to cycle out of there as the rest of these Hellions come through to get rid of a little bit of creep spread in the center. And ByuN going to be able to stay very active for the moment, at least continue to punch through on the front door and just try and create a couple of additional openings. So again, trying to find as much as possible. And the speed is about to finish up, the 2-2 upgrades, Infestation Pit, all of that continues about. The Sling Bane on the bottom right, hanging around there as the Marines will stim up and fight onto some Lings. I mean, target fires the Banes. That's not even really impressive target fire, to be honest. Off creep, the Banes were a mile away. There was even Lings blocking them. And it's just a warm-up almost for ByuN to do more impressive things later in the matchup, as we do see these Marines just going to have to lift up once again as DRG runs across here to start dealing with this. Powerful push from ByuN because he's got a few Hellbats to buffer up this arm, which means you're a little bit bulkier, you're a little bit tankier. Those Hellbats can absorb some shots and deal a little bit of splash. You can definitely create some issues you might not typically see being a problem. As we all see the tank sieging up, Banes are still crashing into the Marines and the Hellbats. Medevacs continue to put in a little bit of healing as the creep tumors do keep on getting knocked down, so damage still being done across the board. Finishing shortly from DRG. That's going to be a little bit of a time window where he'll have 2-2 and, ByuN does not. So that could be a possibility. Something we could try and take an advantage of. Ling Bane comes over, running into this left-hand side. Marine's going to have to stem backwards. Actually going to get a little bit surrounded here as these Banes will continue to crash through. 11, 15 SCVs. Great attack in from DRG. And DRG, when he plays ZVT and he gets to play Ling Bane, his ZVT looks so freaking good. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy how good it starts to look for him, so, like, he's just so good at this matchup, and it's wild that the matchup he's so good at is the one that's just so mechanically focused. His mechanics are absolutely there, as you can see him right now, just powering through, and this army is not really standing too much of a chance. This is looking very, very comfortable here from DRG, who just pounces on a ByuN. He was set up to be aggressive, and is now just being told, no, aggression was not meant to be yours today. This is really looking as though we are just going to be having ourselves maybe not a win right now. Depends if DRG can obviously break through next couple of moments or not. But in general, just DRG looking very, very strong. So definitely a factor to consider. Also just have Ultra Cavern now on the way up, +3 melee, +3 carapace, adrenal glands. All the things that are just going to make DRG even better in this game. Continue to build. It's only getting better and better and better and better and better, apparently. It's only getting better and better. As crazy as that may seem. Playing Bane Overseer. Coming about. And ByuN is just saving 150 supply. ByuN might be able to just sort of turtle up. That's one of ByuN's special moves. Turtle. He really can slow games down in a big way when it comes to TvZ. It's actually one of the things I think ByuN is very impressive at. He plays such a fast-paced, quick, micro-focused game, but he's so easily able to turn it into like a, oh, I'm going to sit back, chill out, hang around a little bit. Not actually not much of a, a mood to make much pressure happen. You see a few more Banes morphing. The Lings are going to come around. It's going to go towards this set of rocks here and open up this pathway. Changelings drop in. That's going to be Ling Bane moving over. Widowmine shot is good for a few Zerglings there. The Sense Tower knocked down as well. We'll see a big fight in. A couple of Viper Blinding Clouds just being used to, well, make it so that the Bio can't stutter step easily. If you stutter step in the Blinding Clouds, you kind of move back forwards into the army. And obviously if you're stepping forwards into Banelings, that does not bode well for you. DRG will crash into this 4th base. And that's one of the things you just want to keep on doing as DRG. If you can just keep that 4th base killed, you more or less can just throw units at your opponent, because ByuN should not be able to kind of keep up with that. Now, that said, if you throw away too many units, obviously you're in trouble as DRG, but that's why you've got a goal. As long as you take down the 4th base every time you throw units at ByuN right now, I genuinely think you end up in an okay enough position to just kind of be like, just shrug it off and be like, okay, cool. On we go. Spire starts from DRG, so later game Spire coming up as he will work his way towards. Probably got Corruptors as Ghost and the Turtle in general starts up. Corruptors to break through. Liberator lines would be nice. Potentially even just Broodlords could be a factor as well. Could be something else we see ourselves move towards here as DRG, so possibilities definitely abound. So Vikings gather up. Ling Bane Ultra set up in the center, +3 attack coming through. Tanks, Liberator all building. Orbital Command and CC coming up. Here we go with a couple of Ultras on different sides. We're going to see some snipers breaking in. The Banelings are going to crash forward. Medivacs will just have to go lifting here, and we are going to be seeing, the Ultra's definitely doing a lot of work tanking. We just need these Ultras to get on top of some of these tanks, clean those up, and the Banes would have had a better time. As ByuN's supply drops heavily. 116 new Zerglings in production. This base is not a planetary yet. Would have been nice to just have a few Lings on this location, kill off even more STVs during this, but it's hard to criticize DRG when he's coming out with such a large supply advantage. Still money in the bank as well. 91 drones are putting in the work. They're continuously mining, producing, and allowing DRG to just go, go, go. And DRG is getting such good control of this game. I would not even hate it if you put a you put a hatchery down on ByuN's side of the map, like on the forward base of ByuN. In the bottom left, like this one here, my mouse is on right now on the minimap. That one there, I think, would actually be a really good base to just put a base on. Because he's got so much control, ByuN probably can't deny it. And that's the kind of base where if you just mine a little bit from, it's going to be even tougher for ByuN. You're going to force him to have to trade even better than he already is, because, well, then you're taking minerals away from him that he's meant to have for himself. It's the only concern about Ghost River. On other maps, the Zerg will always have a base they can steal. This map doesn't come with that stealable base very easily, so if you get the option to steal a base, then take it. And like I said, I feel like that option might be there right now, as though, that might actually be slowing down a little bit just as Lings continue to run through. I was going to say maybe we actually do have DRG stuttering just because he doesn't have too much in the bank right now. I'm going to run even more Lings into the natural, though, so just keeps it going full power ahead. This is going to try and jump up to the high ground. We see 32 SCVs have died, so ByuN has really been taking a lot of eco damage recently as the soldier just wants to get out of range of that Liberator. ByuN's going to say GG those. And that is going to be a good enough one from DRG to take game 1 of the series. DRG, guys, thanks for a little bit of patience again between maps. I'll still go through the process of hosting it all up. As in the bottom right-hand corner here, the blue Zerg player on Oceanborn. This is going to be DRG. Wardy, what's your prediction on the Dallas winner? Hero. There you go. I said it. Hero. Top left, red Terran player is going to be ByuN. Not Yona. Why would I pick a retired Zerg player in the height of non-Zerg dominance? It's just a bad bet. Has Serral ever won a tournament when Zerg hasn't been dominant? I don't think so. So, why would he start now? Asterisk Zerg has always been dominant because Serral is the dominant portion of the Zerg. Yeah, okay. No, you know, maybe. But I mean, Zerg does genuinely seem to be struggling. That seems to be a factor. That seems to be a thing. So, yeah, no, I'm gonna say hero. I feel like not playing as much and Zerg not being as great on these maps and stuff, I actually do think it's not Serral's tournament. Memes aside. Multiple racks from ByuN as he plays a Reaper-based opening here, so just going to be going for those Reapers to apply some pressure early. Hey, thank you, Corn76, for the 8-month resub. More Wardy, hell yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate all the generosity on the subs lately, guys. It really does help. We've just pushed back above 500 subscribers on the channel. We don't stop there. The road continues. We are grinding the next couple of weeks up until Dallas. We'll be grinding after that as well. Loads of StarCraft 2 back on the menu for the summer. So thank you so much for joining us so far. Thank you so much if you've already dropped your primes. Do drop your primes if you have not already. Appreciate the support. Helps go a long way. If you're on YouTube and you want to support, you can check out the membership scenario. Membership is a kind of like a YouTube version of a Twitch sub. We actually do have some emotes and stuff you can use in the YouTube chat if you're a YouTube member. It does allow us to keep on running these events. Scorecards are flipped. My bad. Yeah, DRG up a game, guys. Sorry. Getting distracted reading Twitch chat. It's too busy baking slowly. As another Reaper shows up, gonna hop in toward the main. I'm just gonna be seeing a few of these lings slowly moving across. Gonna be taking some shots. As these Reapers are gonna die, though. I mean, this is not where you want your Reapers to be. Are we gonna lose all 3? That might be the worst. I was gonna say that might be the worst Reaper play decision of all time from ByuN, and DRG straight up drops the question mark. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And ByuN doesn't even reply. You know ByuN isn't happy when he doesn't even reply to the jesting, because usually he's absolutely all out there and you know he's a part of it, but yeah, that was an abysmal decision. That was an abysmal decision as our lane is going to get on top of this stim. There's no Reapers alive, so you're going to lose stim. Are we just fast forwarding to a GG right now? Like, we very well could be. Oh my god. It's all going wrong. Tech Lab coming down once again. This time there's Marines. Banshee and Cloak on the way up, but what a great start from DRG. A fantastic way to open up is... Yeah, this is not it at all for ByuN. ByuN is in trouble, ByuN. I mean, I'm one of the biggest ByuN fans out there, but hard to really be excited about this situation or this position. That's for sure. Marines will fire up. We will go after said Overlord here and just try and make a little bit of a nab at that. Have ourselves the Banshee coming through, the Stim Pack, and a few more Marines all coming out as well. Things back out to the bottom side, and of course, just DRG on his way to melee upgrades. A bunch more lings being made. Kind of surprised how many lings he's making. I think he's just going to assume that ByuN is about to all in him or something, and yeah, I don't know if there was any need for this amount of lings to be made. I think he's expecting like medevacs or something. Like, it is kind of the timing for ByuN just be like, haha, round 2, and here it is, but it's actually just the Banshee, so those lings are maybe a bit of a waste. They can be used to maybe deny the 3rd, which would be nice. Obviously, DRG will be able to extend his work account from here at the moment. That coming up. 1-1 melee upgrades coming through. The 1-1 in the stim pack on the way from ByuN as well. The lings do get in. The Marines will start a fight. A bunch of those lings will begin to take damage. So a lot of lings taking a lot of shots. Honestly, pretty good fight from ByuN. Probably one of the better fights he could take. These lings were absolutely not worth it. Instead of those 20 lings, he could have been plus 10 drones sooner. And he wouldn't have even had to make the lings yet. He could have been on 70 drones and now make lings. He would have been perfectly safe. So these lings were a complete disaster. That's almost that's almost a counter question mark right there. Not the cleanest of games. Oh my god, the Banshee dies. Alright guys, if you're looking for pristine, clean StarCraft, shut your eyes, because this series ain't it. This series ain't it, okay? Jeez. Kind of wild as medevacs show up. And Queen's Ling's just going to be here to push said medevacs backwards. +1/+1 about finish from ByuN, so he will be on equal upgrades for now. DRG has not skipped a beat going into 2-2 though, so he will maintain that advantage here. Tank shot on some of them lings. The ling's just going to come up, going to try and wrap around the ling, the Marines and the tank. Tank is going to try and unsiege to get away. Queen target fire on it. Ooh, we just got that in the medevacs in time, didn't we? He only just got that pickup. That might be the hottest pickup of the day. As ByuN does evacuate that siege tank out of there, so that is able to stay alive and get out. We do have the... He's just going to regather back to the upper left. DRG actually down on supply right now. I actually think he overmade units and then didn't... yeah, managed to do much else. SCVs pull in, the siege tank will be getting repaired back up to full. Spire is about to finish as well, so we get that Spire completed. Baneling speed going to be done from DRG. I mean, I guess he's got a load of money to spend on the mutas. Let's go then. Ling Bane muta. He does have great creep spread too because of ByuN's early game Reaper disaster. Because of that, he does actually have the creep to really just be very safe here as well. It'll take a while for ByuN to push forwards, and that gives you more time to get the mutas out, other units out as well. Maybe even a 2-2 to finish before you have to take a larger fight. Depends how much you're going to contest the creep clearing force. You know, for now, it looks as though DRG is going to let some of this creep go down. I mean, his Marines keep stepping forward. If they step forward that far, you run in, you force the tank to, you know, be the defense, the lift up to happen. Fighting quite far away from the tanks here as well, though, honestly. A few more Mutalisks continue to come up. We got a few more of those on the way. They're actually going across the map, and ByuN's preparations for mutas, I believe, are absolutely zero. I don't think there's been any preparations made in the slightest, so that obviously does not bode very well for you. You just fly in, SCVs in a bit of trouble already. As the mutas continue to fly through, a few SCVs are going to be going down. That's 4 workers killed. Marines are still hunting down those Mutalisks. And those mutas just about escaping back through the top side. More Marines will slip their way onto this base on the bottom. Queens are there. Mutas will pick their way through a bunch of SCVs. So again, damage being done. Queens will be dropping. The Banes are going to start breaking through as well, by the way. And uh-oh. This is where ByuN might be in trouble again. Those Banelings connect pretty darn nicely. And into this mineral line too. Let me show you a magic trick. It's the one where all the SCVs disappear. And they absolutely have been disappearing. No doubts about that. Well, I think fair to say right now that this has been a pretty well set game from DRG. I mean, he kind of gave up some lings. It looked like he might be in trouble, but the mutas came out, and since then, He's been in control. He's going to chase these medevacs. He can come back to get rid of the tanks. Free supply, open to be picked off. No problem with it at all just yet, as honestly DRG is just continuing to look better and better and better and better. He is looking amazing right now. Hatchery will come down onto the 6 o'clock base, so DRG will just re-expand here. Obviously makes a whole lot of sense. Amita's just joining up, and we do have we dive into this natural in a couple of moments. It's just going to move those over here. Missile turret firing up a few shots. Keeper will go down. Marines come across. It's going to keep those mutalisks at bay. This will fire, and the armory will take some damage. We're just going to re-engage in. Marines continue to take a lot of shots right now. Was that worth it? That felt like a lot of meters going down. We will finish off the missile turret as well. See now, Marines coming through. Muta's going to get chased about. We continue to play the chasing game. Obviously, the Mutas do control this in a big way. The creep is all the way back out in the middle of the map as well, which is a huge factor. So having so much of this creep available goes a long way to just making you look absolutely dominant right now. As the Muta Ling Bang continues to gather up, and honestly, we are absolutely at the point where DRG just throws units at ByuN. The Thor is good, though, and that does help a lot in chasing those mutalisks down. Some mutas take a whole bunch of damage, so shots taken there. Ling Bang going to come running up. And in we go, just moving in towards this third base. So just going to send it, just going to commit, and, well, Bane's spread out all across the board, and Marines start to drop down. We will see pretty darn decent damage, honestly. I mean, 16 SCVs. A lot of the army gone. Mutas are still in the sky as well. It's going to be a struggle to find the anti-air to really stop that from becoming more of a factor again. Let's continue to fight. Medevacs and so on just continue to flounder around, and this has just not been the kind of day you wanted for ByuN. DRG finds the 2-0.